Hi, this is Michael with Team Wilting. I am the team lead on this project, and why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Jason Harrison. I was the art lead.
Hi, I'm Mike Williams. I was the design lead.
Hi, I'm Pat Dickson. I was programming lead.
Hi, I'm Robert Lee. I'm level design lead.
Awesome. So this is our post-mortem video for our game, Wilting. So why don't we go ahead and talk about some techniques and some processes that worked well during development. Jason, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
I think the big thing was we worked together right away. We had to use Google to figure out our schedules. We had all our phone numbers, and heck, we were on Skype all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the right foot.
Yeah.
Our group's meetings, everyone getting on the right page and right mindset for programming, and how the thought process of how we were going to really come about this game and conquer each mechanic and gameplay component. That's a really good step to go on.
Yeah, and even learning all of our skills that we did throughout the process. It opened up a lot of opportunities later on in the project as we sort of started shaking the rust off and learn new things.
Learning how to move and, detect objects make our game flow a lot more smoothly. And
Okay. And yeah, well, that's good stuff. There was a lot there that really helped early on to get our development process moving quickly, specializing some roles and things like that, making everyone the roles that they were really helped push things forward.
Yep.
So what are some things that didn't work too well?
I'd have to say the fact that we came up with a lot of content. We had, like I said, about 2 or 3 games worth of it by the end of the project. So that was a big problem.
Making everything we wanted to and getting it to work and the right way we wanted to was a big challenge. But we ended up we got things working the way the players wanted them to, essentially, finally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was probably not utilizing our prototyping time as well as we should have. We really spent that time just relearning everything from the ground up instead of trying to come up with new ideas, and I think that's what shot us in the foot the most.
Yeah, we would have been better off trying to get the most out of our prototyping, playtesting, and everything like that. Whenever we see that those sections where it says playtest early, playtest often, I mean it's very important that you stick to that, and I'm really a true believer in that now. So,
Yeah.
so what kind of skills do we think we took away from this that are going to be most useful for us moving on?
I think especially coding is a must.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really did a lot with C# this month, and we learned basically from the ground up altogether.
Yeah,
Also,
we also
the
learned
level-
about level ramping and the IPM as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Making team decisions, really, that was our main thing, where we
I think that's
actually
most
could
important.
decide on a single thing to go on with this game.
Yeah, there was
Yep.
never any real difficult decisions we had to make. I mean, if we ever had a group decision that needed resolved, we just sat down and we weighed the pros and cons of each, and we talked about it. There was never any no, your idea
Animosity.
sucks or something like that. We just melded really good together. So, okay, and so since this was Jason's idea, I'll let him kind of start off on this point. What kind of game is it, and I mean, what did we intend it to be, and then why don't you go ahead and talk about how the current game compares to our initial vision of how we wanted it to be
Okay.
too.
Originally, the intention was going to be a puzzle platformer, more focused on the puzzle aspect than the platformer. But as we went along, we ended up coming out with a straight platformer with some minor puzzle aspects to it, and
A little bit more physicsy. Kind of
exactly.
Yep.
And I think this is the big problem is we didn't really storyboard it the whole way through from beginning to end. Originally, the idea was going to be a little bit more of a complex system where the player's energy affects the world, and that's what the monsters are actually looking at, not the player's energy. But the problem is that we never found a good way to communicate that to the players, and that was the playtestings always showed that. And
Yeah. Yeah, we needed more feedback to the player if we were going to do such a complex thing, so we decided to sort of have the whole world based off of the player's energy instead.
Right.
Yeah, I think the biggest complexity that we came into this is we really wanted to get rid of like the cluttery HUD and things like that, where the information is so obviously like apparent to the player. We wanted to try to make a unique way to make everything. That's why our menus are actual levels of the game instead of just point and click buttons. Like at some points we did need actual like graphical user interface buttons that you can actually click on, but I mean, we tried to make it as unique as possible. That's why we didn't go.
That's also getting into the gameplay, like how our game played for the player.
Yeah.
It was a more immersive experience overall because we went in a different direction than just buttons everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, most of the playtesters that playtested the game for me, I mean, they really enjoyed how it was just clear and they could see stuff. Yeah.
So, I mean, any other cool features we want to talk about to kind of wrap up here? Things that we added into the game. I know for one, those Easter eggs that we added in the last couple of weeks here really ended up adding a new level of play for it. Yeah, a path for the player to take, a purpose to want to play the game. So that really helped out to try to find the fun.
Came back from the story element.
Yeah. What else do you guys think?
The Q&E of rotating the bamboo, which, I mean, we didn't express upon as much as we should have, but like the Q&E of rotating pinwheels and the pitcher plant, that really came to a immersive aspect of gameplay.
I thought the plant interactions were pretty great. I mean, there's plenty. We have varieties of different plants we can interact with.
Yeah, everything from bounce plants to even plants that shoot out lasers and you open up doors with. We did a lot of different things in this game, and I'm very proud of that.
I also like the fact that we literally created just about everything in the game from the ground up.
Yeah,
from like
the best part.
Yeah, a handful of script, like two scripts and some art, but that's about it.
Yeah, most of the art was ours. That was a fun process, definitely, and animation and everything too. I mean, we made it all ourselves, so I'm really proud of that. But
yeah, exactly. Coming out of this, I think we all now nailed this out of the ballpark from coming up from ground up.
Yeah, coming from the ground up, definitely.
Cool. To kind of end off here, I mean, it's been a pleasure working with all you guys. Hopefully we can work on some projects in the future here, wherever our paths go. But it's been a pleasure. Wilting turned out fantastic, and thank you guys.
Hope you guys enjoy.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Bye.